Hey guys, welcome back to Game Sandwich. It's another episode of Duel List. I am John Hansen, that is Kalo, and we are here to give you our top five video game console list. Of course, like any other Duel List episode, we need you to go down into the comments below. Let us know who has the better list. Let us know your favorite consoles. I'm a little interested,
Yeah.
but if it's different from mine, I might disown you. That's fine.
He's gonna say you're wrong. I'm just saying. He's
Yeah,
gonna say you're
yeah.
wrong.
Like if you come in here talking about the 3DO, I'm gonna ask, what is wrong with you? Who hurt you? um, yeah.
Oh man.
Uh, but yeah, this list. I mean, is there any way you can go with this besides nostalgia? Like, all of my, okay, not all of my options, but most of mine are pretty old, I guess. I
Yeah, I'm not doing it off performance at all. There's no teraflop mentioned here. It's straight up how this console made me feel and the games that came with it.
Yeah, if you're just going off performance, man, that's lame. Like, who
Yeah.
wants to talk about just current day? There's more that goes into your favorite console. It's the games that were released, the memories you have around that, the time you spent on it. There's a lot more than just, oh, yeah, the PS5 and Xbox Series X are more powerful than this game I grew up with. Like, no, that's boring. That sucks. That's bad reasoning.
Yeah, don't be
But
a stick in the mud.
yeah, yeah. But Kev, get us started. What is your number five favorite console of all time?
Number five for me, I looked at my list and I'm like, man, this is awfully low for a pretty damn good console. But number five for me, the Nintendo Wii. Didn't mean to rhyme there. But it's this memory of getting it on Christmas. You get Wii Sports with it. And then I got the attachments, the bootleg ones, that attach to your Wiimote. And it's like a full baseball bat. It was a foam one,
Mhm.
thank the Lord, because I was swinging for the fences. And whenever you get that console, it also has GameCube. Like, you can play the games through that. And it's like, damn, we really. Like, that was a time. That was a moment. I mean, every other week, the news story was a local couple launches Wiimote into TV. The warning about you got to attach it to your wrist. It was an era. It was a damn good era. And then you look at all the games that were on the Wii, and albeit,
All of
functionality,
the games.
I was just about to say, the functionality, the party trick there wore off eventually, but again, it's the GameCube functionality. It's like for the time whenever it came out, we never really had something like that, and then it spawned Kinect, and then yikes. But the Wii, number five for me.
Yeah, the Wii, when you look at it as a whole, the Wii was a good console. Obviously, it was very successful for Nintendo. Wii Sports, Mario Galaxy, there was a lot of good stuff on there. I can't overlook all the bad stuff on there. And also the Wii really just like started a bad trend for Nintendo, I think. It was there was a time where I was kind of angry at Nintendo with the Wii. I did not have any interest in playing that anymore, and it's really a big reason why I didn't go to the Wii U. Even if the Wii U was like a had a better name and had all this other stuff, I don't think I would have gone to it. Um, yeah, I was very upset with the Wii. Like, I had good times with it. Mario Galaxy and Wii Sports were the top of the list. You could throw Smash and Mario Kart in there as well, of course. But yeah, the Wii did not make my list. Instead, my number five. This one was tough for me. I was trying to decide, do I want to put the PS2 here? But in the end, I went with the PlayStation 1, the original. Um, yeah, let's just start off with the startup sounds. Like the best in all of gaming of all time. Like
Mm-hmm.
still to this day. Not even close. When the PS5 did I think it's the 30th anniversary stuff where they implemented that original startup sound.
So
Oh my
good.
God.
So
Like,
good.
give it to me forever. Don't
Mm-hmm.
take that away from me, Sony, please. I cried a little when they took it away. Yeah, my memories with the PS1 come down to Spyro, particularly Ripto's Rage. Twisted Metal was so much fun to me. Crash Team Racing, of course, the regular Crash Bandicoot games as well. There was so many good games on the PS1, and I know the PS2 can play all those games, and plus it had its own amazing list of games. But the PS1 I just remember going to my friend's house, sitting in the small like closet with him and just playing so much Tekken 3 and Twisted Metal, uh Future Cop LAPD, like oh my god, so many good games on the PS1.
And that controller, for those of you who are younger and watch these videos, they didn't have analog sticks. So,
At
yeah.
first, yeah.
Yeah, at first. So, at the time, you're just at the mercy of what we call the D-pad. And then, yeah, so it's just things like that. They're like, oh, okay, that was a time.
I still am not over how bad the PS1 Mini was, whatever it was, the PlayStation 1 Classic.
Yeah.
I was working at GameStop at the time when that came out, and I had it on that shelf, and that price was dropping fast, and I just still couldn't push myself to do it. I know you could easily hack them and get all the games that you wanted to, but man, what a drop by Sony. Number four, Kev.
Number four. It's funny. We're doing this in sequence. You had the PS1. The PS2 is my number four. How many times have I talked about certain games that will not be named in this episode? Because I've done that enough. But that's the console I played the games on. Now, you're a Kingdom Hearts fan. I got the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. And I want to say on the record, I have not officially beat the game. I only say that because my PS2, every time I got to that ending cinematic, where, like, after that, the game officially ends, you're fine, it froze. It kept freezing. It kept just stopping right there. I did the old thing where I didn't really think at the time. I got a Ziploc bag full of ice because the console was overheating, and I was like, all right, this is gonna fix it. It never fixed it. So my PS2 just kept freezing after playing Kingdom Hearts 2. And yeah, I mean, again, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper. I mean, the days goes on wherever, like, I have a snow day, and I remember just sitting in my room all day playing Sly Cooper or Jack and Daxter. I think it was the Precursor Legacy I went back to every time. And yeah, I mean, fond memories there. And then I recently found out, because I really wasn't online back then, it really wasn't a thing in my household, you can turn the logo whenever it stands upright. I didn't know that until very recently. And I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that was a thing. So yeah, the PS2 is number four for me.
Yeah, like I said, PS2, great console. And Kingdom Hearts is a big reason why I would consider to put that over the PS1, but I just had to go with the more nostalgic memories, I guess. My number four is a current day console, the Xbox Series X. I totally acknowledge there are problems with this console, mostly because of the Series S. Like, I had to wait for Baldur's Gate 3 to come over. There's a lot of games that aren't making their way over because of that. But what is built into the Series X right now is very impressive. I was very much considering the Xbox 360 for this list, but the backwards compatibility on the Series X that updates all of the 360 backwards compatible games. There's the FPS boost, and some of them get boosted up to 4K, I guess, and frame rates are better. I started Fallout 3 last night on stream. As of this recording, it was last night. And the load times were pretty much instant. Like, every time I went out a door into the wasteland, it was boom. Okay, you're ready to go. Like, it is so impressive playing these games on this current day hardware. I absolutely love it. Of course, there are some good games as well on the Series X. A lot of them are holdovers from the Xbox One. Like, I'm a huge Overwatch fan. That's where I play it most of the time. But yeah, there's a lot of good there. Obviously, there are problems with it, and I can totally understand why someone would jump away from it and go over to the PS5. I have that as well, but that's my PS5 exclusives machine. Everything else, I love my achievements. I'm going for them on my Xbox Series X. Yeah.
A very heavy console. Every time I notice, whenever I like move it to dust off like my entertainment system, I'm like, damn, this thing is pretty damn heavy. And then I remember day one, I was lucky enough to get one. At the time, it was like a godsend to get a console on day one. So yeah, Xbox Series X, it's a good shout there.
Yeah, absolutely. Number three, Kev.
Number three, this list is in the palm of my hand, and so is this console. The Game Boy Advance SP. Talk about a console. Talk about a handheld. I mean, it gave you everything you wanted. And to get that backlit display, to get the fold out, I won one of these things in those arcade machines where you got to stack the cubes. And it got to the point where that arcade was like, what are you doing? Like, they were going to take it away from me. I'm like, no, I won this thing legitly. So now I have two of them. And yeah, I playing Emerald, playing Ruby, Sapphire. The list goes on. But again, Nintendo does these handheld consoles like no one else. And the Game Boy Advance SP is still one I hold on to this day. I boot it up every now and then. And I'm like, man, this used to be a pretty damn good time here.
My number three, the Game Boy Advance SP.
Look at
I
that.
absolutely agree with you. The backlit, like, it took Nintendo so long to dedicate themselves to a backlit handheld device. Like, they had the Game Boy Light, but that, like, only released in Japan, I think, or maybe Europe. It was insane that we just never got that over here. I was using my Game Boy Color and my Game Boy Advance, the original one, for so long, and those screens sucked. They were
Horrible.
not good. But the SP came in and saved my life, I guess. You mentioned Pokemon, of course. There were so many other games. Oddly enough, Mario never got his own like original platformer on there. It was always the um, oop,
It was Mario Advance or something like that.
yeah, it was Mario Advance, Super Mario Brothers, 1, 2, 3, and then Yoshi's Island. And they were always out of order as
Yep.
well. It was yeah, it was insane. But there was a lot of good memories on there. I actually have an analog pocket now, which essentially does the same thing as the Game Boy Advance SP. Uh, and I absolutely love it. I've still go back to it every now and then and play some of these great games. They're amazing still.
I also don't want to sound rash, but I want to be rash at the same time. I used to buy all of the Nintendo handhelds, as one does. I bought a Game Boy Micro, which, talk about the most useless bit of hardware I own. It's like this
Hmm.
big, the screen is like this big, but I'm like, it's a Nintendo console. I had to have it, so
That was also during the time where like I guess it was before it, but like all the iPods were like getting really smaller as well.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm a bigger dude, and my hands are giant, and I'm like
Mhm.
huddled up behind this little thing. I'm like, why do I have this? But hey, it's a piece of Nintendo history, I guess.
Absolutely. Okay, hit us with number two, Kev.
Number two, this is where it got super difficult for me because it breaks my heart that this console has to be here. But again, this is my list. I did this by my own accord. The GameCube. I love this damn console. I still have it right there. It has my Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness skin on it. It still has my Wavebird controller, little doodad you plug in and you have a wireless controller. That was groundbreaking. You had to adjust the little dial for the channels to pair it up to your controller. And then you just talk about the games on this console that are still coming out today, that people still love, that are high value games at conventions. And yeah, I mean, also going back to the Game Boy SP, there was that little attachment where you could put it on the bottom of your GameCube and play your Game Boy games on your TV. So again, it's just, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, what a beautiful machine. And the games on it, I mean, come on now. It doesn't get better.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. My number two though is the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
I was tempted to I don't know. I was really going back and forth on where I wanted to put this. I couldn't leave it off though because you've got Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. You've got the NSO library, which today, when it first started, we were like, "Oh, this isn't the greatest." But today, you look at that, you're absolutely getting your money's worth for the Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Um, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I know you love Double Dash. I love Double Dash. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, in my opinion, is the best Mario Kart of all time. Smash Ultimate was an event. I know every Smash is an event. Smash Ultimate took that to another level. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
Storo. We got Banjo Kazooie. Are you kidding me?
Mind
Yeah,
blowing.
no,
Mind blowing.
absolutely insane. Mario Odyssey. We never got that sequel. Hopefully, we get it on the Switch too. I don't think we will, but Nintendo turned everything around from the Wii U and just absolutely delivered on almost every facet with the Nintendo Switch. This is why we're so excited for the Switch 2. We're seeing how much further they can go with this. Uh, Also, at the time of its release, totally insane that someone would make a home console that could be played portably. Like,
Yeah.
how many times in the day back in the day were you excited for a GameCube game, and then you saw the advert that said, "Oh, this game is also available on Game Boy Advance," and then you get it, and it's a completely different game. Like, they, it was really gross stuff. That was actually like false advertising, I would argue.
Yeah.
Like, it was not good. Uh, but no, today you're getting it, and I totally acknowledge the Switch can't keep up with current day consoles. The games that we're seeing, even last week at the or earlier this week, the direct when we were watching, when they showed High on Life, you and I were both like, "Oh, this does not look good compared to the other ones." Like,
Yeah.
it's still happening, but man, Animal Crossing that came out at a perfect time with the pandemic. Trying to think, I was huge in the Rocket League on this console. Just so many great memories, and it by far the Nintendo Switch absolutely deserves to be on this list for me.
It was tough not putting that console on this list. Also, like, I don't know if this is too much of a limb to go out on. Collectively, arguably, maybe one of the best gaming libraries of a console ever. Like, collectively
It's
over its life.
either this or the 3DS if you include the DS library since it's backwards compatible.
And both are Nintendo. Crazy,
Hmm.
but not really crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, number one, Kev.
Number one, the Xbox 360. I love this console. I can't look back on a gaming period that I've spent more hours on this console. Whether it was just hanging out and party chat with my friends all day, every day, or those long nights playing Halo 3, playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original. It's that era where I'm like, I look back on. I actually just played Halo 3, the campaign, over this past weekend. And, like, it made me feel things. It made me remember all the times when I was younger and didn't have to work or do any of those responsibilities. But, again, the Xbox 360 for me, I mean, the fable of the Red Ring of Death, and then whenever you actually got it, I mean, come on. Like, it sucked at the time, but looking back, it's like, man,
My heart was broken
yeah, like
when I got my Red Ring of Death. Yeah.
I remember I got mine and then I sent it out to Microsoft, didn't hear for like 4 or 5 months, bought a new 360 because I'm like, I'm not getting my console back apparently. And then that day, what comes on the mail is my 360 back. And I'm like, well, now I have two. But now I have it stashed in my closet. So yeah, all happy.
Yeah, the Xbox 360, like I said earlier, I was very much considering putting it at my number four. The game library here, holy crap. BioShock is it's not just one of my favorite games of all time, it's my favorite series of all time. BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite are absolute bangers that are up there with my favorite games of all time. Call of Duty. This was where Call of Duty was at its best and just absolutely took off. I was in high school, just that perfect age for it. My friend was like, "Hey," at the time I was still playing my GameCube. My friend was like, "Hey," he was actually living with me at the time, and he convinced my mom to get us a 360. And I was like, "Whatever." I never had an Xbox at the time. I'm playing my Nintendo games. He's like, "Let's play Call of Duty Modern Warfare." I'm like, "Okay, fine." Wow,
It's a
what
jump.
an event! What an event for a high schooler at the time. That was insane. I remember Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Dead Rising,
Dead Rising.
friend.
Oh.
Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Oh my god, how many hours did I put into those games? So many. Yeah. Xbox Live. Just like this was where it really took off for me. This was my introduction to online gaming. I played a little bit of Warcraft 3 online, but like Xbox Live was where it really took off for me. No, the 360 was an amazing console. The Red Ring of Death was very unfortunate. That, like I said, I was playing, I think, Modern Warfare 2 at the time when it happened to me. And I just hear, and everything goes out. And I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
It's so funny. You remember the exact game. For me, it was Halo 3. I was playing I think it was called Duck Hunt, or whenever you're on the ring and you're on your mongoose. I got shot, and boom, that's when I got mine. So it's funny, we both recall the games and where we were when we got it.
And then I also remember there was a problem with the 360 that if you had it standing vertically while it was playing a game and it got knocked over, it would ruin your disc. Because I had that happen with Guitar Hero. I was playing Guitar Hero 3, and it was just sitting in my room standing up. Because I was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. And then I think my brother or someone knocked it over while I was playing. And then you just hear the grinding as it just tore up the disc and ruined it. That sucked. Yeah, there were a lot of problems with the 360, but man, were there a lot of good things as well. All right, my number one, the Nintendo GameCube. I couldn't. It had to be the GameCube.
Yep.
We're talking about probably one of the most insane jumps in like graphical fidelity.
Yeah.
Like going from the Nintendo 64 to the GameCube is such a night and day difference. It is insane how well Mario in Smash Brothers looks. Like you could see like the stitching on his overalls and everything. Like it's insane. Of course, the game library, it might not have been the biggest library because it didn't sell as great, but man, was there a ton of quality in there. I already mentioned Smash, Double Dash, Mario Sunshine, even though I say that it is not the best 3D Mario of all time, one hell of a game. Luigi's Mansion got his start here. Star Fox Assault, in my opinion, the best Star Fox game of all time. Metroid Prime, I'm not into it. People love those games. That got its start here. Beautiful Joe. Man, Burnout was huge for me on the GameCube. Resident Evil 4. Like, the list goes on and on. There were so many amazing games. The controller itself, absolutely amazing. This was my first time, like, actually beating Ocarina of Time. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, like, oh my god.
So good.
Oh my god.
So good.
Mario sports games have never been better than what they were on the GameCube. Yeah. Tennis, baseball, golf, all at their best on this console. They were absolutely delivering. And it sucks that the direction that they went with the Wii afterwards, but man, the GameCube was so special, I think.
So good. I mean, all these consoles, like, certified bangers across the board. I mean, you can't pick a fault here. And it's crazy to think, you know, with the GameCube, the 360, and we talked about, like, the Game Boys and all that, like, that time of, like, early 2000s, like, consoles, what a time. What an absolute time across the board.
Absolutely, yeah. There was... Gaming might never get better for us because
I was gonna say it, but I didn't want
memories.
Yeah, no,
it might never be better than that time. But hey, things are still going pretty good. There's problems, but there's always been problems. Okay, well, that is our list for our top 5 video game consoles of all time. Let us know who has the better list. It's obviously me. Obviously, I've got the Switch and the GameCube at the top. Let us know your favorites, and then also suggest some lists for us in the future. Other than that, we will see you in the future for our next episode of Duelists.
If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.